Hey, Connie Rose, Psychic Medium. Welcome to my channel. It is Halloween, and I had to look around the house for some costumes, of course, right? And this is my daughter's that she'll be wearing next week for Halloween. So I thought I'd wear it just for the intro, just to get into it, because, hey, why not? Gotta have a bit of fun in this crazy world, right? So let's see what's going on at the moment. Mate, the energy is chaotic. We have full moon energy this week. We have an eclipse, partial eclipse energy this week. And the last couple of weeks, we're still in eclipse season. And eclipses is when the energy is a little bit off. But in that off energy, we can actually use it to start creating and manifesting and all that type of thing. So we might, and I always say, you know, when we, I think it's a Chinese symbol for crisis is the same symbol that they use for opportunity. So depending on whatever's going on in the world at the moment, it's up to us what we do with it. So, for example, there's a lot of unrest going on. Systems are crashing. Things are breaking down. We're going to a different way of life. More AI stepping in and different things like online stuff. Listen to me, I'm very technological, aren't I? So what I'm saying is what we've always known is crashing. Now, we can look at that as in, oh my God, what's happening? Because that's what we've always known. Or we can actually look at it as saying, thank F for that. Because the way it's been is very systemized, very hierarchy, different levels, this, that, and the other, but we're all one. And it feels as though everything's got to crash so that we can start rebuilding. So when we look at it like that, we can then just simply start sharing our love and our light and setting the intention to send that outward. Sometimes we get stuck about what do we do. There's so much going on. Social media is smashing it left, right, and center in front of our faces. So please be mindful, mummies and daddies, to keep an eye on what your children are watching at the moment on social media, because there is a lot of graphic content coming out. There always has been, but now with live streams and all different things with things that are going on in the world. So what do? We sit, we crumble, we think, oh my God, what can I do about this? Or we can literally just simply be love and light and radiate that frequency and be ourselves. We are loving beings. We're compassionate. We're empaths. We're all these things. So why don't we just raise our frequency by being love? Because that will feed out toward the people around us. The more of us that are doing that and not getting sucked into the fear, sucked into the destruction and all that, because that is a low frequency, and then we almost feed that vibration. Of course we're human, of course we're going to feel it, but it's time that we get into our love vibration and know that we've all signed up to be here, right now, and it's time that we frequency the hell out of love. We bring it up and we send it out to the universe, because there is a thing called power of prayer, and it is real. There is a thing called power of intention, and it is so real. So what are you putting out there? Because you're going to get more of it. So let's put out love, 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 and do this together, guys. We've got this. Let's just keep moving through whatever this destruction is and bring love back into balance, and we'll get there eventually. It feels as though it's probably going to get a little bit louder in our lives, but keep raising, keep breathing, one step forward. And that's what I feel that Spirit wants to bring to all of us as a collective today. Now, knowing that we've also got Halloween. Halloween is a time of year where the veil between spirit and physical is the thinnest. So you'll find that spirit will be very close. If you're developing your mediumship or your spirit connection, you'll find that it's a really good time to do that, because your senses will be heightened and they'll be very close. So bring their love in, bring their support in, ask for their help, because this is something that we've all got to come together and raise the frequency of the collective. It's very much now is the time. So that is your intro to your reading this week. And I felt like we all had to hear that, with the fun included, right? We've got to raise, we've got to lift. So let's see what Spirit wants to give you for your readings this week. Choose 1, 2, or 3. I think they're the witches, aren't they? They're fun, right? The witches. Which witch is for you? And don't forget to listen to the end, because as you know, I always give away a free reading once a month for one lucky winner, and I'll let you know how to win at the end. So let's get to it. All right, witch number 1. Just tuning into you. I always sit there with the image and I let myself feel into that, and straight away I get that you're just minding your own business. You're absolutely minding your own business in this energy. You're just doing your own thing. You're creating your own reality. You're not getting sucked into too much that's going on around you, but you're certainly not making matters worse by doing that. You're literally, your boundaries are very much in place. And I can also feel as though you want to just do that with a little bit of love rather than a little bit of FU to the world. It's more like, no, I just know my power and I'm going to look after myself in my own universe. So you do that out of compassion rather than out of anger or resentment. That's the message that's coming through in the energy straight away when I blend with you. So if this is not happening for you now, it's certainly about to happen, because Spirit's saying that you're getting your boundaries set. And it's a little bit of trial and error, So it could be simply that you work out how to politely say no. And when I say politely, it's not like you really care about what anyone else is saying at the moment. Excuse me, I just dropped a card. But we get the artistic expression. So it's not that you care about them so much, but you're almost working on the way you come across, your communication, and the way you're perceived. Now, it's not like you're obsessing over it, but you're mindful of it. You're actually working on yourself as your own. It's like your own little project at the moment. You're looking at your relationships. You're looking at the way you react to things. You're looking at all that, and you're just going, you know what? I want a clean slate here. I want to start fresh, and I want to start seeing what I truly want, not so much what I'm doing for other people. It's what do I want? And it's like there's this artistic expression. I can't ignore that. And that's definitely the way you articulate your words, because it's almost like up until now you've said that you've blurted sometimes, or you've just said nothing, like there was no real tact in a sense. Take what resonates. This is a general reading, but this is what Spirit's giving me. And it's time that you've gone into your own little safe space, your own little universe, and you've just gone, you know what, I just realized that I don't need to work for anyone else. Now, take what resonates there. That could be a boss, that could be you starting your own business or whatever, but it's more like you're not living for other people, you're living for you. And it's an aha realization. And when you realize that you're here for you, you're going to have so much more to give to be of service. Because I feel like leading into this energy, there's a bit of exhaustion, a little bit of disconnect, which has forced you into your own bubble. But now that you're in it, you're actually feeling like you can actually clear your thoughts. You can actually feel into your body. You can do all these things. Now, for some of you also, I strongly recommend you get around instruments or music. So whether or not you play an instrument, or you just love the sound of it, the beat of a drum, through your body, I feel like you want to shift anything that's stuck there. But at the moment, I feel like this energy is very solitude. I don't feel like you want to bring people into this at the moment. This is all about you. This is all about you at the moment. You're sort of recalibrating whoever you are, and getting real. It's like you've had these massive awakenings. You're just going through this big shift at the moment where you're realizing so many things, and it's like, well, how did I not see that? Well, you weren't ready to see that. You just weren't. But now you are, and you're at the start of it. Fertility. It's like a rebirth. I like that because it's a tummy. Some of you would be pregnant. Some of you would be thinking about bringing babies into this world. So, okay. There's a few of you that are struggling to get pregnant or stay pregnant. And Spirit's saying that this is about you and your healing journey. And I always say to people, and I work with a lot of clients that make babies. I love it. It's so much fun. So people in their fertility journeys, and me personally had 10 years of miscarriages before I received my beautiful babies. But in that journey, I had to work through the vibration that I was holding on to, which was too scared in this world to bring a child into it. I'm not good enough as a parent. Why me? All these things, and I didn't realise that they were there. Plus, I was very much a tomboy growing up. I played football and all these things, and back in those days, it wasn't even a thing for girls to play football. But now it's just the way it is. But there was an aspect of me not being in touch with my femininity. And when we want to birth a baby, when we want to grow a human in our body, we need to get in touch with our body and that innate femininity. And even though some of you out there aren't even thinking about babies, and even though some of you aren't even born to hold a baby, the ones that you know there's a baby coming. And it's like you just visualize and hold your baby in your arms. And this is for those that, if I'm not talking about an actual baby, it's your new world, what you're creating. You're at the start of it. So you're holding your new self in your arms, that vision of where you might live, what you might be doing for work, what you might be, an income stream, a relationship, a holiday, whatever it is. I want you to visualize it and hold it in your arms like you're nurturing it, like you're at the beginning. Because as soon as I got into your energy, I felt the solitude. It's like you're just got this whole universe and it's just you in it. And in that space, I don't feel like I really want to bring anybody else into it just yet. You're still there. They're around you, but it's more about you really getting to know who you are or have become or are going to be. You're just at the start again. But remember that it's up to you what happens next. And I was speaking to some clients through the week too, or a friend actually. We were having a conversation about someone who had a diagnosis of late, and their language around it, like, the treatment's going to be for this long, and my life for the next 10 months is going to be hell, And I just went, whoa! Straight away they got a diagnosis, and they said the next 10 months is going to be hell. Well, then it's going to be. But it could be very much, you can flip it and say, okay, well, I've got this diagnosis right here, right now, but if my body can create that, then my body can heal that. And over the next 10 months, watch me heal. Because you're very direct, you set your mind, you're very strong-minded. But it's time that you come back into your universe, that little bubble, and just check in, see what needs your body needs, your mind needs, your soul needs. Because you're just at the start of recreating your reality. And it doesn't matter what people tell you is going on. It's up to you what you believe, because whatever you believe is true. And if you believe the next 10 months is going to be hell, but if you believe the next 10 months is going to be a journey of enlightenment, it's your choice. And just to finish off, again, general reading, guys, take what resonates. Get clear. Get clear with what the next 10 months is bringing for you. And you can be the calm in the chaos. You can be the calm in the storm. But you can also be the storm. So that is your message from Spirit today. You're in this bubble. Be in it, but create whatever you want to rebirth into. And that, my darling, is your reading for witch number 1. Okay, witch number 2. You know, and again, general reading, but as soon as I tuned into this, I found as if I was getting heartburn. I found as if I was getting indigestion. I found as if there was something going on in that area. So I would really suggest that you take a look at a bit of solar plexus type of meditations on YouTube. That area. I feel as though you've got to be, your gut at the moment is super sensitive. So just be very mindful what you're putting in there, because I feel like it's a burning sensation. But also that can be for some of you, but for others it could simply be that burning fire, because I feel this awakening going on right in my gut. Now, this is very much solar plexus area. So the solar plexus is very much our joy and our vision, what we want to create, right? And there's something here that is just like, I'm going to get a card. I'm going too many places here because you need to come back to what it is that you truly want. Start at the end though. Start at the end in mind. So get what you want in your mind, write it down, and then work back from there. So balance your career and home life. So straight away when I was tuning into it, I had to pull a card because I was sort of going over here, over there, and I've got all these ideas and I'm getting quite excited, but you can lose yourself in the unorganized emotions. So you can very much be doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and you'll just be quite, I feel as though lately you've been quite stretched. You've been doing everything but nothing to the full capacity because you haven't had enough energy. So you've been here, you know, occasionally cooking dinner, or here at work, or here picking someone up from the airport, or whatever it might be, but you're just doing so much that you haven't been able to come back to get clear on what's next for you. Some of you might just also be retired, and even with that you feel as though there's, you know, when I was going to retire, I was going to do this, that, I was going to build a garden bed, and I was going to do a veggie patch, and I was going to go on a road trip, and it's like you're still thinking about it, but you're not doing anything. I feel like I'm almost got all my legs, you know, like the duck or the swan or whatever, looks really calm up top, but the legs are like this. And I feel like there's a lot going on behind the scenes for you, a lot of tick, 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 tick in your head, and just not enough calmness. So I feel as though Spirit wants to come in and let you know it's time for balance and calm. They're bringing it through to you. So, and this is almost for some of us a little bit of a warning too, because if you don't heed Spirit's messages, you will be forced to take a rest. So I know many people that, you know, say they want a lot of rest, but don't make time for it, say it's too busy, this, that, the other. Next thing you know, they trip over and maybe injure their ankle, so they have to have rest for 3 days. You know, they're forced into it. It was interesting. I dropped a card, and of course it's positive change. It's time that Spirit's bringing you in to steer you into a positive change. Now, yesterday I was sitting on the grass just for 10 minutes just to collect my thoughts and to ground. And I know, and then my dog, she's very energetic. She's very big. And when she runs, it's like I'm watching a freaking horse race. Like, she's just gorgeous the way she runs. But I'm not giving her enough. I'm not walking her enough. So it was interesting because I was sitting there yesterday and I'm thinking, I've got to walk her. She jumped on me so excited, and she literally punched me in the face. My chin, my head went shoom like that. I pulled all these muscles down here, and I just went, oh my gosh. And all day yesterday I was like this, and I had to have an ice pack, and I might have to apply that again today at some point. I'm getting better, but it was like, well, I know very well when I got a dog that I wanted to walk her every day. And I know very well that I haven't been doing that because everything else has been taking priority. But is it? And very well, the dog needs to walk, but maybe I need a walk. So it was like, here I am going, I know I've got to do it, but I'm not doing it. He smashed me in the face. And I went, thank you, universe. I take that. I needed that just to do that. So you don't want to get smashed in the face when you know what you should be doing against what you are doing, because it feels like you're doing way too much, and you just stretching yourself very fine. I wouldn't mind if you did a bit of an adrenal boost as well. An adrenal boost. Make sure your electrolytes and your sodium levels and magnesium are good as well, because I feel like that can easily be bringing you into a slump. So it's time for you to get positive changes. Positive changes are coming your way. Spirit is here to say that listen to our messages today, listen to this, because it's time that you make, it could be just one. It could be just one. I feel like there's three, but it could be just one change that you need to make. But the thing is, you already know what it is. You already know what it is. All right, I'm going to pull another card out of a different deck. I've got the Star Temple Oracle. Let's see what this is about for you. Spirit is very close to you at the moment. I bet you pay attention to your dreams and to your daydreams, because I can feel that they're very close, talking to you straight through the beautiful energy of Halloween. And your card is Goddess of Balance. It's all about balance for you, my darlings. It's all about balance. It says, I create a faster, reciprocal relationships. And foster. I'm going faster relationship. What, they're in and out? I create and foster reciprocal relationships. Goddess of balance and equality. So make sure that when you're doing things for others, that they're meeting you halfway. Now, many years ago, I made the conscious decision that I am more than happy to help people I love as long as they're trying to help themselves. Now, if they're doing the same thing over and over again, that is not helping themselves. So I always say to them, if you want to try something and it's ridiculously dumb and it doesn't work, I don't care, as long as you're trying something different. Because you never know, you might think it's ridiculous, but it works. So when people around me are doing things that are new and different just to try to break what they've always done, I am there 100% for them. But if I see them asking me for help, not taking the advice based on doing the same thing over and over again, and they don't have to take my advice, but just something different, and I am there. And I know that's very important for you too, because it's like you want to empower the ones around you, not enable them. So you are allowed to say, show me something different and I'll help you. Do the same thing, I'm out. Because it needs to be reciprocal in your relationships, and it feels as though it's a little bit off balance. So the angels of balance have stepped in, Spirit saying that it's time that you stop spreading yourself so thin, bring yourself back and get very clear on your intention, because you're very powerful when you put it out there. And just follow your heart, darling. Just follow your heart. And I always say, does it lead you closer to love? Then that's a yes. If it doesn't, then that's a no. And that, my darling, is your reading for witch number 2. All right, witchy poo number 3. Mate, I tell you what, when I'm in this energy, I feel a little bit pissed off. I'm not going to lie. I'm feeling a little bit lightheaded. I'm feeling like, maybe a bit anxious and angry, and I'm getting caught up. I'm getting caught up in other people's stuff that's not even mine. But I tell you what, it feels as though I'm owning the shit out of this. So it'd be interesting, and take it what resonates, right? This is a general reading, but it feels as though you're becoming a little bit, you don't want to be a clown in someone else's circus, all right? And I know it's been many times I've done this, and over the years, you realize that, it's not for me anymore. It's not for me getting sucked into what everybody else is doing as if it's happening to me. I mean, I used to do it growing up. I used to watch the news and they would say, oh, you've got to, there's an outbreak of this or something. And then all of a sudden I got the symptoms of it. It's not even real. It was just because I was so sucked into what they were saying that it became me, and it wasn't even mine. And I feel as though there's a little bit of that going on with this reading. Whatever you've been watching or hearing or being around, you're taking it on as if it's yours, and it's actually not yours. Interesting, isn't it, what we do as empaths? I've been throwing cards for absolutely everyone. I've thrown 2 for you. So 2 are for you. Let's go. Energy healing, my honey. And positive change. I've got positive change for number 2. And I'm almost dropping them. I'm throwing them around. I'm actually quite flustered in this energy. I haven't felt like this today at all, just until I got into this reading. So I know that it's time that you let this energy shift through you, because it's time for you to have a beautiful healing. Give me a minute. I'm going to send you one right now, because there's no time like the present, right? I want you to take a moment, my beautiful, because you have elevated yourself into a state of confusion, anger, anguish, all the words. All right, take a big breath. Do this with me. In and out. In, out, in, and out. Close down your eyes and receive this energetic healing that Spirit is helping me with. My Lord, my hands are burning. And just imagine a beautiful golden light moving through you right now. Wherever it needs to go, it's moving right through you. Just shifting anything that needs to move. Head, I can feel you racing thoughts, whether you've been getting migraines, clenched jaw. Throat feels hard to swallow, shoulders tight. Release, just let the energy move through you and just let it go. Big breaths into the stomach. Whatever's happening around you, you can handle it. Whatever's happening around you, send love and light to it. Oh, you're receiving this. I can feel my hands lighten up. Well done. And that, my darling, is for you. I want to clap my hands just to shake that energy, because you also get positive change. There is changes going on in you that you might feel a little bit unsettled, like it's like, oh, I wouldn't usually think that. I wouldn't usually say that. Am I allowed to do that? Like, you're asking all these questions. It's question time. It's absolutely question time. You ask the big questions to yourself, if not to others. Why is this your reality? Why do you have to put up with this? Why couldn't you do something different? Do you work for your boss, or does your boss work for you? All the questions. And it's not to cause trouble. It's for you to realize that you have signed up to be here and now. And this is your reality. Have a look around. Do you like it? Do you want to change it? I can hear the rain. It just is vlogging down all of a sudden, because there is this big release happening for you. A big release. And Spirit's here to catch you. I feel as though someone's on the floor right now. Whether you're just lying there, or whether you're just chilling out, or whether or not you had a fall. And again, take what resonates, only a small percentage of you, but I feel as though Spirit's here to just say, let me help. Let me help. You don't have to do this on your own. When people are going through things around you, you don't actually have to go through it with them. But you can certainly send them love. There's a disconnect going on here. Come back to self, come back to home, come back to your heart. Hands on heart, big breaths. The only way we can calm ourselves down is through breath. The only way. I remember going out into the hospital when I was having my C-section, the second one. The first one, I didn't know what to expect, so it was what it was. The second one, I knew what to expect, so I got myself in quite a state. And I remember the anaesthetist said the only way you can calm yourself down is to breathe. Breathe with me. And I remember him. His name was Andrew. He doesn't remember me, unless he watches these. No. But what I'm saying is Spirit's really bringing in a beautiful, loving healing for you. But it's time to receive it and let yourself. If you've been on the ground, if you've been down and out, it's time to stand up. Breathe deeply. Breathe deeply. Not my words, but they're saying, breathe deeply, my child. Breathe deeply, my child. All right. And I want to get another card for you, my darling. Beautiful energy, this one. I no longer search outside of myself for home. So when we're going out to try to help others with their stuff, and we start feeling like it's happening to us, it's because we're getting disconnected with ourselves. And it's time to come home. You're allowed to come back to self. Fluff up your pillows on your bed. Get a new mat for the floor. Scrub your walls. Do something in the space that you live in to really have gratitude for that space. Come home. Physically, emotionally, spiritually. Feel free to come back and rewind, go back to that healing, but that healing for you will continuously go to you whenever you want. Connie Rose Reiki, just say it. Bang, it's on. Spirit's healing, bang, it's on. That is continuous forevermore, that little healing. Okay? That's how Reiki works. And I was doing that, but Spirit was through me big time. So that was Reiki, that was me, that was Spirit. That was a big healing, and it was only a couple of minutes. Because you're ready, because you got the positive change. It's not a change for the worse, it's a change for the better. Letting go of things is a change for the better. And I just want to get you one more card. What are these little cards? I think they're angels, angel messages, not sure. Oh, this one, okay, thank you. And it says sensitivity, simply sensitivity. You're very sensitive. Be very mindful coming through the eclipse season, the full moon, Halloween, the thin veil. Spirit's very close, you're going to feel it. But remember, when other people are going through stuff, send them love and light. Don't go through it with them. You can go through it beside them, but not in it like it's happening to you. It's a difference. And that, my darling, is because you're a beautiful earth angel and you're a healer, just naturally. So I get it. But it's time that you receive too. And that, my darling, is your reading for witch number 3. Wow, those 3 readings were all so different. The energy just shifted, was different. And again, general reading, take what resonates. But that is your reading for this week. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. So this week, to go into the final draw for October to win a one-on-one reading, I want you to comment this week. And I want you to, think these through. Like, Spirit, give me something. I want you to share one of your most happiest memories. I don't care if it's one line, if it's one word, or if it's 10 paragraphs. One of your happiest memories. Because when you write it, I want you to almost relive it. Feel that energy, feel that vibration. And when you're creating in the future, like when you visualize it, I want you to feel that energy like you've already got it. One of my happiest memories, obviously, was having my children. But one of them was really walking down the aisle to my husband and being home with my babies in my arms. Years and years of not having that, but I never lost faith. So with so much happening in the world, we don't want to start losing faith about what is next, what is possible. And you look at someone like Anne Frank, and I actually haven't read her memoirs or her book or whatever, but she wrote a lot. She had her own world going on through the war. It's interesting. Obviously, Spirit's telling me to look at that too. So that's just a final collective message. Doesn't matter what's going on around you. It's the peace within you. And you shine that and you share that. And that's what we all need to be doing right now. And that, my darlings, is your reading. Please like, subscribe, share, all those YouTube algorithm things. Be kind to others, but especially be kind to yourself because you deserve it. Much love to you all. Peace out.